Get ready for the dictation in 3, 2, 1, start. Since 1947, the immediate external threat to India has been from Pakistan, while Kashmir has been the principal bone of contention. India-Pakistan conflict is actually deep-rooted in compatible national identities and divergent geopolitical interests. The idea of Pakistan as a homeland for the protection and progress of India's Muslims remains incompatible with the idea of India as a composite entity that is home to multiple communities, irrespective of contending ideologies on how domestic intercommunal relationships should be structured. And whereas India endeavors to preserve the geopolitical unity of the subcontinent by establishing its predominance in the region, Pakistan seeks to deny such a role for India by seeking parity with it through both the mobilization of internal resources and the borrowing of power from extra regional states. For India, the principal defense imperative vis-a-vis Pakistan has been to deter, and if deterrence fails, then defeat Pakistan's efforts to alter the territorial status quo. Since 1947, Pakistan has repeatedly sought and to annex Kashmir by relying on irregular, trained, backstopped, and reinforced by its army. India has been able to cope with this challenge, albeit not to complete satisfaction, by maintaining a measure of conventional superiority and based on that superiority threatening or employing escalation to deter or defeat Pakistan's attempt at changing the territorial status quo. Thus, when Pakistan attempted to praise Kashmir away in 1965 by first dispatching a large number of trained irregulars and followed it up with a military assault, India expanded the war to the Punjab front. In fact, this policy response was decided upon in 1950 by the Defence Committee of the Cabinet based on the recommendation made by the military leadership. It was the logic dedicated by this policy that drove the military modernization of the 1980s and the army's adoption of the Sundarji doctrine, which envisaged armored offensive to serve Pakistan in two. More recently, as well, when Pakistani terrorists attacked the Indian Parliament in December 2001, India mobilized and threatened war. This exercise is coercive diplomacy did yield some result, especially a ceasefire in Kashmir lasting a good 12 years until 2005, as well as Pakistan initiating the first reluctant step towards placing curbs against anti India terrorist groups on its soil. Thereafter, in order to achieve a greater degree of coercive success, the Indian Army devised the Cold Start doctrine, which envisages a swift response to a grave Pakistani terrorist provocation by undertaking multiple shallow thrusts to capture slices of territory and attrite Pakistani forces. Circumstances until now have not been conducive for applying this doctrine in actual combat. In the meantime, the Indian Army has been restoring to intense firefights and special forces operations along and across the line of control with a view to imposing costs on the Pakistan army. But this course of action has serious limits in that such pink pricks on enrage Pakistan and provide it an opportunity to engage in a potentially endless cycle of tit for tat actions and reactions as is being witnessed during the last several years. Stop. Thank you.